Hey, welcome back, everybody. Here we go again, huh? How about that? All right, let's sort some confusion here. Um, Black dot, sun, webcams. These webcams are halfway decent webcams. They have glare and flare reduction, and that is provided by the black dot that they place in front of the sun. As the pinch gets tighter, the light comes through in a more condensed area, as we've seen. Light only coming through, certain areas of the atmosphere there. Um, the best I can tell you, it's there for the camera. It's there for you and I. Otherwise, it would be like watching FAA cams, okay, where flares are everywhere. Shapes, sizes, colors. And then you get all these people running around posting pictures of these flares saying, "Oh, God, I caught a planet." No, that's not a planet. That's a flare. That's why I like the webcams to Mexico. Most of their cameras have the glare flare reduction. This is what makes it possible for us to even see the dark sides in the sky. We're not getting the blinding glare of the sun. And if there was something in front of the sun that was black, actually up in the sky, you can bet you wouldn't even see it. The sun is so bright that it would just disappear. Now, with that in mind, let's start this video out. Dark sides. This is all we're looking for. Areas of sky that aren't getting any light whatsoever. Also, the sunlight from the sun is huge in the mornings. Before the sun ever comes up, almost an hour. If there's a little bit of cloud cover. If there's no cloud cover, it lasts about 45 minutes. But the sun is reflecting off of something, people, and it's not the sky. There has to be actually something there to reflect the light. Otherwise, it would just not be there. It would still be dark. Now, in this picture, far left side, you see the dark blue, huge round area. And these planets can be that close. For all you people that don't believe that they can't be that close. That's the first thing that they taught you in science and about space. Space is a vacuum, gravity well. Things were that close, they'd run into each other. Well, guess what? That's the first thing they would tell you if they didn't want you to understand what you were looking at, don't you think? Planets repel one another. We're like the same sides of a magnet, never touching. Get too close, plasma discharge, separation. They push each other away. That's about as simplified as I can get it for you. Asteroids, meteors, yes, they hit our planet. They are negatively charged bodies. The planet is a positively charged body. That's why most asteroids rip themselves apart before they ever get to the atmosphere. Just the sheer force of the planet just destroys them. Something would have to be moving awfully quick and awfully dead center to get past all that. And it would have to be pretty big. But quit focusing on the black dot, everybody. Come on. It's just a function of the camera that covers up the sun so you can have a thumb in front of the sun moment. Because if without the thumb in front of the sun moment, what do we get? Flares, glare, FAA cams, about most of Facebook pages anymore these days, that all they talk about are simulators and flares. You all need to start learning the difference of what you're seeing. Just because you're seeing something in front of the sun up in the photo or in the stream, when you look down and you see a reflection of that same thing in the water, that doesn't give credibility that it's actually in the sky. That gives credibility that the camera does not understand the difference between the sun in the sky and the sun in the reflection. They are two the same. So when you get something that reflects the same, it's because it's the same. It's not because there's something actually there. And for those people that always, they have a flare off the sun, and then they have a flare off the sun in the water. But yet they still seem to think that that gives them credibility that there's something in the sky reflecting in the water, and they've seen it, for God's sakes. The fuck they have. Come on. If there was more than one thing in the sky that was bright, you wouldn't see it until the sun went down below the horizon, period. It would have to be brighter than the sun to see. That's why all the planets reflect the light after the sun is dropped below horizon or before it comes up. And as soon as the sun comes up or goes down, when the sun's in the sky, everything else just fades away. Blends in. Because the sun is that bright. And if you really think the black dot is something in front of the sun, you're right. It's the camera. It's the camera's thumb. Trying to give you the best quality picture you can see. I mean, all you have to do is think of the sky like a canvas. When you shade something, light and shading, the shading is a very important part of what we're looking at here. We're not looking at a simulator. We're looking at cutoffs from planets, cutting into the sun from our view. And for those of you with the smart idea that eclipses would be happening all the time, well, guess what? They are. But because you have never seen anything beyond a moon eclipse, doesn't mean every eclipse will look like that. It's like that because it's so close. The shadow is so large. Covers the entire planet, being that close. And having the sun that far. But between here and there, other things that move into the sun's way, all the light does is go around the edge of the planet and keep on shining. It's an electric universe. And for the fellow from Germany, I'm sorry you don't get that, but that's about as precise as it's going to get for you. Standard cosmology. Y'all are always at the drawing board guessing this, guessing that. There's no foundation there. It's all bullshit. And the sooner you smell that and start using your own mind and putting things together on your own, you're just going to sound like the parrot that keeps repeating everything that the powers that be say to say, or what they've been saying this whole time. You're nothing but a polywana cracker. Think for yourselves, people. Use your eyes. It's obvious. The light is being blocked by large bodies in the sky, creating large dark areas where the sun shine light is not actually hitting the clouds that are in that area. That's because there's something in between us and the sun. And you can pull your telescope out all you like and pat yourself on the back for the money you spent on it. But again, they're between us and the sun. Your telescope ain't going to do much good during the day trying to find planets. You'd be better off strapping a pair of binoculars to your head, trying to find the front door from your bedroom. I mean, what are you trying to find up there? A rock? I mean, think about it. Telescopes are meant to see things at a distance. These are not at a distance. These are very close. That's why the planet's wobble is going nuts. That's why we're bouncing around. That's why they changed the SECC or SSEC or whatever that geostationary satellite imagery They completely revamped the entire system, so they don't show you the wobble per se anymore. All their photos have been scrubbed, kind of like what they show you on Soho. They flatten those images. I mean, just looking at most of this video, the top of the sky is a different color than the rest of the sky, and it's round, and it's the bottom of something round and large. You can see the clouds on the left sides, if the sun is on the left, illuminating in a crescent form, standard formation, just like the moon would be if it were over by the sun. It'd be in a crescent, very tight crescent. But these are huge. These are a little bit bigger crescents and a whole lot bigger dark sides that you don't see. But you can see if you just analyze the picture a little further than, oh, it's just clouds, man. Pack another one. Put the pipe down already. Step away from the pipe, y'all. And when you're analyzing imagery, light, dark, what's being lit, what's not being lit, what seems to be in the way, can't be clouds because clouds are this side of the sun. A cloud wouldn't make one side of the screen darker than the other. There's no way it could. Obviously, there's something between us and the sun that's a whole lot bigger than a cloud. I know all you people just love to use that. I mean, that's the best one you got. It's a cloud. It's just clouds. Wow, you really spent some time analyzing that, didn't you? I mean, I've been doing comparisons for years now. As for everyone else, so I rambled on, just trying to get some truth out there. There won't be a video this evening. I'll pick it up again tomorrow morning. Have a good one. Just keep it real. But, I'm not here to argue with anybody. Y'all can believe what you want. If you don't believe what we're believing, you're more than welcome to state your opinion and shut the fuck up. But beyond that, I'm not going to argue with any of you. I'm not going to go back and forth. That just makes you a troll, and then that makes me an ass. Because then I'm a dick and treat you like an ass who's a troll. And I don't want to do that to anybody. All in all, the black dot is part of the camera function. And watching these cams for the last 3 years has pretty much shown me that. I don't know how else to explain it to the people that just don't want to listen or even try to understand what they're seeing versus what they're saying, because what they're saying has nothing to do with what we're seeing. They're just talking about nonsense as far as I'm concerned. You're not even on the same page of the conversation yet. Explain the video. Explain the great big dark sides in the sky. Debunk that. I'll shut the hell up. But I can promise you, you ain't debunking any dark sides. Call them clouds all you like. But then again, I know what I'm looking for. Shading. Reaction of light. Reflection of light. Straight flares. Blue sky blocking sunlight from distributing evenly across our sky. Yeah, I mean, if that doesn't make sense, watch the videos. Don't watch 3 minutes, go and click, 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 and then talk shit. Because you didn't even watch. You have no idea what we're even talking about.